as you said, you have 4 children, 3 of which are somewhere in the autism spectrum. What would people be surprised by if they got to know what your life is like?
Oh, maybe they wouldn't be surprised at all. Gee, I don't do much housekeeping. I think they might be surprised at how very, very happy we are as a family. I do find with a lot of the support groups and a lot of the places where I go to talk with and meet other parents, I'm kind of taken aback by the level of sadness that's out there. And for whatever reason, I maybe have been immune to it. But I do think people get enculturated from a very early stage when you're a parent that something unfortunate has been visited upon you and your family, and people fall into a role. I think people that actually could be happy feel that it's not their role to be happy, and they sort of fall into playing this very sad role of a parent whose child is not what they thought they would be. And I mean, who among us has kids that turn out the way we think they're going to turn out? We shouldn't even have those visions when they're born. You know, everyone's going to grow up to be who they need to be. And if we enforce our visions on them, you know, we're already in trouble. But I think I'm very fortunate to have, you know, been a flower child of the 60s and 70s and married another such. And to just feel that the life is fascinating, and the things that my kids get into and out of are fascinating. And these are all marvelous puzzles to learn from and to solve. But I think there has to be that, I don't know, that intellectual excitement in getting involved with something. And I think my kids have it too. You know, they're snarky, and they're freedom fighters, and they see life as a challenge. It's not that we don't have our bad days, but I think there's so much about attitude, and parents of kids with disabilities often are beaten down. I think of the doctor who wanted me to go into therapy because I was in denial when my oldest son was diagnosed. And if I had gone to that therapy and I had been taught to feel sad for myself, you know, I would have fallen into the script that was pre-written for me. And I think by just tearing it up and saying, hell no, I won't go, was maybe the first step towards something healthy.
Some parents with children with autism might say, but my life is so hectic, and what possible quality of life can my child have if he has autism? How would you respond to that?
You know, it's really tough, and I do support many families that feel that way and that are struggling with that, and I certainly can't belittle someone else's experience. If that's how you feel, if that's your experience, that's real, and then that's real for you. But I think the key sometimes is not to fall into the prearranged script, and to get to really know and love your child. And it's not that people don't love their kids, and that's not what I'm saying, but let me choose my words carefully here. Whatever your child is interested in and loves, you need to go to them to share what that is. And even if it's storage tanks or it's something that seems very unlikely that you're not interested in, the act of being with them and sharing the things that they love is sort of magical. It sort of opens up their world to you. And then they'll let you in, and you can begin to sort of do this dance of relationships with them. And sometimes through that dance you can bring them out more into your world and start sharing things that you love that they haven't previously paid attention to. But the first step has to be to enter what they're doing, what their world is, and appreciate what they appreciate. And parents have done this in many different ways. And it just takes an enormous leap of faith to get there first. But I don't know of any other way that it can work. And it's really the basis of communication. It's the basis of language. When you think about, well, what is language and communication? And it's based on symbols. It's based on sharing. The only way you can share is that thing has to be for you what it is for me. We have to agree that storage tanks are heroic and monumental and awe-inspiring, and we all love them. Whatever it is that we're going to agree on, there has to be that basis of that is for you, it means for you what it means for me. We're sharing that meaning. If it's just something instrumental and I notice that you love something and then I take it away to use it as a reward, or I bribe you with it, then it means for you the thing that you love, but it means for me control and power. So we're not agreeing, we're not meeting around something in a mutual way. But it takes a tremendous leap of faith, especially when professionals are telling you that your child is unintelligent, not capable, that the things that they're doing are perseverative or ritualistic or don't have meaning. You have to set all that aside and say, not living with that today. We're going to do what that person needs to do, and I'm going to learn and change. But it's a tremendous leap of faith, and it can take people years and years of standing on that diving board before they decide to take the plunge.